Hello and welcome to Farmspace. We are in Ukraine, of all places. I'm visiting Horsch here, and we're quickly going to find out what is it like for farmers, how is it still going here, they're still going on and so forth, and just finding out how the horse machines has performed over the past year or so. And yeah, I'm talking to Taras, so yeah, let's find out a little bit. Taras, how are you doing?
Hi, Andrea. Oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm glad to hear that. Interesting times, but just quickly explain to me. You are with Horsch in Ukraine. Just give me a little bit of background about your role and what is it that you exactly do.
Look, I'm the representative of the factory in the western part of Ukraine. I am working here already since 2009, so already I would say a lot of experience, because it's more than now 14 years of experience, and I am responsible for the sales. I am helping our dealer to speak with the customer, to speak with the factory. If there are some problems or some issues, I'm helping to fix it. And now we have in Ukraine, as a Horsch company, Horsch Ukraine, we have now more than 30 people.
Yes.
Mostly it's servicemen, which are also helping our customers, and and some sales guys. And we are all distributed all over Ukraine. So I'm living here in not far from here in Ternopil, and responsible for my region, western part of Ukraine. The other guys are living in other regions. So we don't have one office. Okay, we have one office, but we're visiting it once or twice per year to show that we are alive and we are getting salary not for anything.
You shouldn't be in the office, otherwise you're not doing the job.
No, I'm not. I have my office in the car, you know.
Just give me a little bit of an idea. Which types of machines do you mostly sell? Yeah, I see the Joker, your high-speed disc harrow, and then at the back we've got a Pronto seed drill. But which machines usually sell the most here?
Actually, here in my region, western part of Ukraine, we're selling mostly, exactly, it's the machines which are you see here.
Yeah.
Mostly we sell a lot of Prontos. Pronto we sell like Pronto 6DC PPF. It's like 6 meter walking width with fertilizer. Years before, people don't like fertilizer because they thought that it will do a lot of corrosion for the tank and so on, for the metal.
Yeah.
But now they see that it works. We have a lot of used machine since like 2011, 2013. If the farmers are doing appropriate service for the machine, it works. And even till now, after 10 years, fertilizer has done not so much. Not so much.
So that's one thing that I saw in the planters, is that these machines then was planters that's also 10 years old in South Africa. These machines age well.
Yeah, they age well. They are also, after 10 years, you can sell it to very good price. And if you want to change it like for something new and so on, then you can sell it and get the good price. The other machines which we sell here, it's like Joker, as you told. Normally we're selling here 12 meter. It's not so often, but normally we sell here Joker 6 meters or 7 meters.
Yeah.
And one of the best sellers, it's you see there, it's the Tigers MT. There are a lot of them. Oh, after the parking place, we can show them later.
Yeah.
Tiger empties, it's like a cultivator which has 2 rows of big discs, 68 centimeters, 2 rows of tines, leveling discs, and then packers. And also now, since last years, we are selling a lot of sprayers. Even last year, when the war started, we sold here in the western part of Ukraine 6 pieces, 6 new sprayers. Oh, even seven.
So, and I want to get to the sprayers. I'm gonna do that in another video, because I want to get into more detail with that a little bit. Mm-hmm. But so when the war started, what how exactly did that impact the farmers in Ukraine? What was their decision-making process? How did everything go? Like, okay, now it's war. What do we do?
Yeah, look, the first, I think, 1 or 2 weeks here, all over Ukraine, but also here in western part of Ukraine, they all were under the stress. Nobody knew what to do, to drill or not to drill, and so on. The big losses had the customers, the farmers in eastern part of Ukraine or in northern part, in Chernihiv, Sumy, where the Russia invaded. But even there, as I told before, after the Russians were forced to go back in the northern part of Ukraine, even there the farmers were drilling. They were drilling some crops. And what was also the problem? Some of our dealers in eastern part of Ukraine, they lost their machinery. They lost their machinery, and they had.
So,
Some of them even in big amounts of money, like millions of euro, the machines were simply stolen.
so they simply stole the machines.
And it was not only from our dealers, but it was also from the farmers. And yeah.
And these machines are just basically gone now somewhere into Russia.
Yeah, we see on the trackers that they are in Russia or in some other countries.
But not so easy to go and get them.
Yeah, it's not impossible. Impossible. Yeah. For sure.
Okay, but since then, what has been your experience with the farmers in terms of resilience? Because I mean, at the end of the day, people has to eat. So you said that they still drilled, they still went ahead. If you were to make a rough estimation, how much of Ukraine do you think is still planted and still cultivated, even though there's a war going?
Look, the war began 2014, and okay, till now it was located in a small area till 2022. It was located in Donetsk and Luhansk region, and after 2022, it spread it all over Zaporizhia region, Kherson region a little bit, even to Kharkiv region and so on. So it spread it more, but I think now more than 20% from territory. We can exactly make some investigation or see, but I think more than 20% of our territory is now not drilled or is not controlled by Ukraine, and also not drilled. Yeah.
So that's basically, so still 80% of the original hectares you would estimate is...
till 80% it's drilled, because I know even I have many people which are soldiers, or I know, and they are on the front directly, and they told me that they saw our machines drilling, they saw the combines harvesting and so on. So it's exactly 10-20 kilometers behind the front line.
They are working.
Farmers are working. Farmers are working. We have also one also, like, it's like a joke, that we have Ukrainian some Nova Poshta. It's like DHL in Germany. No, the service, post service. And if the Ukrainian soldiers are like forcing the Russians back, then Nova Poshta comes there and opens the new office. and then there is a joke: who pushed the Russians back, Nova Poshta or our soldiers, to open the new office?
That's interesting. So you can almost say you can put in the wash drills in there as well. They help pushing them back.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and then what I want to know is just on a last note, in terms of, so when everything happened and so forth, what was the support that you got from the Horsch factory and from the Horsch company itself? What did they say in terms of, okay, for support for farmers, and so how did you as Horsch support the farmers?
At first, when the war started, we were here also under big stress, because our base, where we have all the central stock for the spare parts. Our base is near Kiev. It's only 30 kilometers to the south of Kiev, and not far from there is some military base and bases and so on. So we saw the bombing around there, And so as a first step, we were doing also trying to bring the spare parts and the machines from there to distribute it all over Ukraine or in few places, that our farmers will not have a lack of spare parts
Yeah.
for the season, for that season, 2022. And we did it. We brought also here, I don't know now exactly, 6 lorries of spare parts from Kyiv region,
Yes.
and also to some other dealers, and spreaded it. So then we were sure that we can deliver to the customers spare parts and so on.
So you made sure that doesn't matter what happened, you already distributed it beforehand, all the key parts and so forth. So if your farmers would have issues, they would at least get the parts that they needed.
Yeah. It was one thing. But what did the factory? Factory, in the first place, helped our employees, and also because the men cannot go abroad.
Yeah.
The women and a child of the employees who wanted to go abroad, to go to Germany, to stay there, to live there, to be safe, and so on. So I don't know, 40 people or what were then brought, especially from the central and eastern part of Ukraine, were brought then to Germany. Also in the first week, we got 2 trucks full of big trucks, like this, which we have there.
Yeah.
It was full of medicine. Thanks for the gods that they did it, because it was like in the first days they did it, but it would be better they would give us some weapons.
Yes,
I know that Horsch cannot do it, but you know, it's at least I got this from the Ukrainian farmers. They say, it's better some weapons, it would be much better. That we can, that we can, like struggle and do it. And afterwards, Horsch and also our partners, they were helping and doing a lot of different stuff. So we were bringing here, like for injuries. Then were some 1 or 2 trucks with beds for injured people.
Yeah.
For hospitals, full trucks. Then was some other small thing. I don't know exactly because my English is a little bit not so good, but I can tell you then later. It was for the hospitals, many things. Then also tourniquets. I don't know how. Yeah, tourniquets. It's it was also thousands of pieces. Then also some medicine for relief, which like if you have some headache or something, which can help you to that the ache goes away, and different stuff. It was, I don't know, I think about €1 million was help, which of aid, which was done by Horsch. Everything we bought in Germany or in Europe, and then was imported here and distributed here.
That's awesome. And how do you see the future of farming in Ukraine? Is it also still at a good place?
One other thing which I would like to add, since the beginning of this year or the end of the last year, also Horsch did some like a special discount for Ukrainian farmers. Yeah.
To help them
to buy the machines and so on. And also now I think there are also some program for the farmers in eastern part of Ukraine. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but the farmers which have Horsch machines which are destroyed, I can show you later a lot of photos and videos. There are, and if you can repair them somehow, then Horsch also helps them to fix it and to do it under some special conditions.
That's really cool. And the farming in Ukraine as a whole, what do you see? What does the future look like?
One problem which we have now, or one problem which has Ukrainian farmers, it's if we could export. If we could export like through the Black Sea or through the Polish border and so on, because if I now go to the farmers and say, what do you plan to buy next year? Or they tell me, Taras, will we have the corridor to export the grain? If you can do it for us, we will buy from you machines. Otherwise, there are a lot of farmers which have, like in big bags, many thousands of tons of grain in the field, and also from last year, not from this year. And that's a problem. They cannot sell, and the prices are here very, very low. And even this year now it's going lower and lower.
So they've now got the stock, they've produced it, but they've got nowhere to sell it, or they need to sell it local, which is
and the problem is they need to be liquid. They need to
cash flow.
like cash flow to do operation and further and so on. And but somehow a lot of farmers now last year and this year they bought a lot of trucks.
Yeah.
Grain trucks, but it cannot solve 100% the problem. But they did it. They did it.
And so with the grain trucks, do they then export their own stuff to Europe and so forth?
Yeah, but okay, you can do it. Actually, before we were exporting, I don't know, probably 90% everything through the Black Sea, through Odessa, and all the infrastructure it was built for the south for the Black Sea, all the terminals, grain terminals, and so on. And all the farmers because actually in western part of Ukraine we don't have such a big territory and such a big farmer plots and farms and so on. The biggest are in south and eastern part of Ukraine, because like Odessa region or Dnipropetrovsk region, one Dnipropetrovsk region, it's like, I don't know, it's like 4 or 5 regions here in western part of Ukraine. So they have much more farmers, much more volume of the grain and so on. And everything from there was exported, shipped through the Black Sea and then, and so on, to Europe or to Africa and so on. And now we have the problem because we cannot transport it there. We should bring it somehow to Poland, for example, or somewhere else, or to Romania by trucks, by lorries, and then to ship it. And
extra logistical costs, all of that.
It costs so much. For example, now barley, it costs about 100 euro a ton, or even less, 90 euro per ton.
Yeah.
So, but and transport it from Kharkiv region to Polish border, it costs 60 euro per ton.
Jeez.
So yeah, that's the problem. Here in western part of Ukraine, they have not so far distance to the border and so on. They can do it. But from eastern part and central part of Ukraine, they have really big problem.
So short and the long of it, still has its challenges, but the guys are resilient.
Yeah, we hope that war ends somehow, and then we will have peace in Ukraine. It will work. You know, business will find the ways. Business will find the ways how to do it. But we need that the war ends.
I totally agree. Taras, well, good luck, and we'll speak again. So that is Taras from Horsch here in Ukraine. Well, we're about, let's say, 150, 200 kilometers inland from the border, Polish border. So just something interesting in terms of what things are going like here. Farmers still going, have their challenges, unfortunately, but hopefully they find a way. So that's it from Farmspace. Till next time, cheers.